How would you feel if you knew a Key West man was wrongfully arrested in 2017 for a Stock Island murder that he did not do? 7 years later, he still hasn't been convicted. Franklin Tyrone Tucker, aka Ty, defended himself pro se, and his first trial resulted in a hung jury. Now he has a second trial coming up in October 2024. Ty is innocent, and two of the surviving victims say with 100% certainty he's innocent.
Innocent, innocent, innocent.
That second assailant was not Tyrone.
No, it's not Tyrone. It was not Tyrone's voice. I know Tyrone's voice.
There's no videos, no fingerprints, no DNA, and no evidence. Everything about this case is super sus to us. Ty is being railroaded by the Big Bubba system. Free Franklin Tyrone Tucker immediately. And if you want to learn more about this case, links down below.
You have a call at no expense to you from
Franklin Tucker,
an inmate at Monroe County Sheriff's Department. To accept this call, press or say 5. To review this call, hang up. This call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any time. Thank you for using IC Solutions. You may begin speaking now.
Hey, what's up, Ty? Hey, man, how you doing?
Doing really good, actually, man. I've been having a great day today.
Have you? Good.
I know. I mean, I'm in jail, so, man, you know, it's like,
Absolutely.
it can only be so good, but, you know, whatever.
Absolutely.
Hey, I just won the first quarter of the football game, man, so I got 4 soups, man, just before I got on the phone.
Good. Awesome.
Oh, man, hey, congratulations on your baby, man. I mean,
Thank you.
That made me happy, too, here.
Yeah.
Man, that's a good, that's a good thing, man.
Absolutely.
Congratulations to you and your wife.
Yep, thank you.
That's real cool.
Yep.
And I had the guard pull you up, man, for a second there, you know, just so I could see what's been going on, man.
Right.
I mean, I haven't been able to watch anything or see anything, man, since I've been locked up. Man, looks like you've been running me questions.
Dude, hey, man, listen, we've got all sorts of stuff going on. I've got Chad Sebelia's deposition coming. I've been able to get AI to read out these depositions and produce it. I've got Rory's trial, so I'm about to air that.
Yeah, man. I've got the complete, man. I got all the complete transcripts.
Yeah, I've got all of it. I got it. I asked Lauren to send it to me, and she sent it, and I got it all on AI. And also, I don't know if you're aware, but she also gave me access to make sure the YouTube channel's running okay. So I'm overseeing that, and when you get vindicated, I'll make sure it gets back to you so you can
it's all good,
have
man.
it.
I mean, actually, I thought Becca was taking care of that.
Yeah.
And by the way, man, are we live right now?
Yeah, we are. Yes, just so you know.
Oh, okay. Just want to check, man. You know, anyway, but Becca's been a big help, man. And she's not feeling too good right now.
Yeah.
You know, so hopefully, man, hopefully she's feeling better. Hopefully everybody can wish her well. And she also, man, she sent me a surprise, man, snack pack today too. So, man, that's another reason I'm all happy. You know.
Nice.
So I got, because I got a honey bun in the mail.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Plus, I mean, I'm just jazzed because, man, look, the way things went this week are great. You know,
awesome.
A lot of people, man, they're looking at the docket, man. The docket doesn't exactly reflect what's been going on. You know what I'm saying? Not that I can see it very much. I mean, I have people who will send me pictures of it and that kind of thing. But at the same time, man, it's not like I can just go and check anytime I want to.
Well, they've been delaying things a couple of days as far as like the minutes and stuff. Because every time there's a hearing, I'll check it and go on and try to read the minutes. But the other thing they did a couple of times on your motions is it was funny. They excluded a couple of pages, and one in particular was your motion to dismiss. It was. Now, I don't know if it was intentional, but it happened to be pages that were discussing things Judge Morgan was doing in his court.
Oh, yeah, probably.
And it was like they didn't get scanned in. Yeah.
Did they publish the motion to disqualify?
Yes, and that's what I was reading last night, and I read that, and of course they did publish the full.
What's the date on that? Just out of curiosity.
The date on that is. Hold on, I'm going to pull it up right now. Hold on. Let's see here. Monroe.
Man, Judge Morgan, man, hated that shit. He had no idea it was coming, right? Because they pulled me in. They gave me like a half hour, man. I mean, like literally, they were like, Tucker, get up, you're going to court. Right?
Wow.
And I'm like, okay, fine. And this is supposed to make up for the one that he canceled on
right, which was abruptly canceled, right?
Right, exactly. It was canceled. Like, I mean, literally, I was supposed to be on my way on transport, man. They just called me, called up the guard, and they were like, "Tell him he's not going. Tell him he needs to call his lawyer with the line, whatever, whatever, man." But the thing is okay. So they pulled me up, man. They pulled me into court, and I hit him with the motion to dismiss. I mean, not motion to dismiss, the motion to disqualify, right? And he sat there for like 45 minutes going over this thing. He probably read it about 5-6 times, right? He's like sitting there, he's like, that kind of thing. And
right.
It's like, okay, but eventually he denies it, which I was expecting, right? So he goes ahead and he denies it, but he denies it for being untimely, right? And the thing is, man, okay, you have 20 days, and man, from the time of discovery, from the time you discover, the last showing of prejudice, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so I go ahead and it's on, August 2nd was when I did the discovery, when we had our last hearing, right? So so I still had 2 days left on the clock, and he's trying to rule it as untimely, right? So the third DCA is going to give it to me.
Right.
He knows this. Actually, he knows he's not going to be the judge, man, as soon as the third DCA gets a hold of it, right? So what I did is I told him, I was like, well, Your Honor, I went ahead and assumed that you were going to make that decision. So I went ahead and filled out an application for a writ of prohibition against you, and I'll have that off to the third DCA immediately. And I think given the nature of the motion, we should take continuance until we get a ruling from the higher court, right? Which he laughed at me at first, and he was like, "Well, they get a lot of these from the 16th judicial, and it takes about 4 months." And I was like, "Well, that's fine with me, Your Honor. I got plenty I got to do. I've got a whole motion to change venue I'm working on, and I got experts I need to line up for trial, all kinds of things going on. So 4 months is fine with me." But then he turned to the prosecution, right? And he's like, he's expecting them to bail him out, right? He's like, "Well, does the state object?" And they're like, "No, we're fine with it." And he was stuck. So he was stuck. And he had to, he gave us till October 15th. But okay, on October 15th, all he's going to do is see if there's been a ruling from the higher court. Right? We're not doing anything until we get a ruling from the higher court. Because if you read my motion to disqualify, it's pretty harsh.
Right. Yes, it is.
And that's only from one hearing. That's actually one day.
And it's pretty disturbing too
for me the entire time
with what you laid out in there. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, man, he's okay, dude. He's keeping me from the court paperwork.
Right.
I can't even get the warrant, man, that got me in here.
Right.
I could have wrote a writ for habeas a long time ago if I had that. But he's been keeping me from the documents.
Really?
See what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, but how are you? Yeah, exactly. How are you supposed? I saw that in there because you asked him about the documents, and you said he leaned away from the microphone and said
Yeah, well, and I've been asking.
you're not getting the documents from the court. Well, who are you supposed to get them from?
No, I'm not getting any of the court orders. I'm not getting any of the notices. Nothing.
Well,
He told me I had to get it through discovery from the state.
No.
The state's job. I can even see what they're going to respond.
Well,
there's a job to give me the court documents.
And they have a requirement to give you these documents. I mean, that's a requirement to make you aware when a motion's filed and orders filed, and because you're the attorney of record, you have to have it.
But how am I supposed to file for relief if I can't get the documents to show the appeals court what's going on?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what his game has been. But see, that's where the motion to disqualify is different because, okay, by doing that, I'm in control of that because I'm the one who has the original motion.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So, it was nothing for me to send it to the third DCA. All I had to do was write up the application for the writ. And they're definitely gonna throw him off this case. You know? So once he's done, by that time, okay, I'll have the motion for a change of venue.
Right.
So I'll get that one too. Right? Because, I have a conflict with every entity in their legal system. I've got complaints against them with every outside agency. I've got lawsuits going against them. It's not a question of whether or not I'm going to sue them. They know I'm suing them. Right? I shouldn't even be in this jail.
That's right.
I'm suing the sheriff. I'm suing the sheriff's department. Of course they're going to make it so that I can't get what I need to prepare for trial. It's ridiculous to think they would.
Yep.
They want me to lose.
Exactly.
Okay? Because I went all the way to the sheriff with that one. That was funny too, because I actually had to, how you have to maximize out your grievances, what I'm saying, before you can bring it into court.
Right.
And so I went all the way up to the sheriff, with these complaints that, look, they're trying to give me, this is what I get, man, to go pro se here, to fight a homicide case, right? They give me legal pads, 2 of the little golf pencils, and 4 flex pens per month, man, to fight a homicide case.
Well, that's what?
That's what I get.
Well, how come then, and you need to raise this issue or look into it, but I mean, Sarah Boone is going.
I already did.
Did you?
Look, I already did. And man, not only that, I was actually going to do a motion for an ROR, man, based on these issues. Because,
Right.
The bottom line is okay, yes, I waived my right to counsel, but that does not mean I waived, man, my right to effective assistance. It doesn't mean I waived my right to be able to prepare for trial.
Well, and you need to have a computer because
trial is.
There's electronic documents. I mean, there's videos and things that you need to be able to have access to. They need to provide you with a computer because you can't. The state doesn't get to see your work product.
They did budge on that, right?
Yeah.
They budged on that. I can go ahead and watch videos and I can watch audio. I think I get it for like 5 hours a week.
Oh, okay.
And in my case, that ain't shit.
Right. Yeah,
The bottom line is, man, I can watch video and I can watch audio, but they won't let me copy it for exhibits.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. I mean, dude, we have 1 pencil sharpener in the dorm. When that thing breaks, I'm screwed. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Even when I go to do my copies, man, I mean, look, sometimes I've had it take a week for me to get copies back. Why do you think it takes me so long to put a motion in? First off, I have to hand write the damn thing, right? And then I got to put in for copies, which can take a day or two, man, usually, right? And then I have to go ahead and submit it, snail mail, right? Which takes about 10 days for it to reach the court. Or at least before it shows up on the docket. It's about 10 days from the time I send it to the time it shows up on the docket. And when you're talking about a 20-day limit on that motion to disqualify, that means I had to, start immediately after I got back from the hearing.
Right. And you got to handwrite it, and you got to, Jesus. Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, it has not been easy, man. And, man, look, he's been doing everything he can, man, to try and tie my hands behind my back. And, man, the one thing about coming back here, I'll tell you what, man. Look, remember I told you, man, many times, man, I'm not by myself. I'm not alone.
Right.
You know? And this has been quite the education, or re-education, I should say, of
people that are
people they do this to.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well,
the people in here, exact same circumstance. They're facing murder charges, and man, there's no evidence.
Yep.
Matter of fact, there's one this guy Sean Chittister, right? And him, man, okay, with him, it's Danielle Malone, right? You remember Danielle?
Oh yeah, Danielle Malone. Absolutely, we do. She's the.
Well, okay. He's with this girl. He's got this girlfriend he's seeing, right? And she goes ahead and commits. Well, man, what did dispatch Danielle tell him to do when he called up 911?
What's that?
Pick up the gun and secure it.
Which puts his fingerprints on the gun. And now, wow. And puts gunshot residue potential.
2 years fighting a murder charge.
Wow.
And then they have the recording of her telling him to do this.
Wow.
And yet he's been sitting here for 2 years now.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
I mean, I'm not the only one, man. I mean, this place is crazy. Oh, and here's the other one. This one happened 2 weeks ago. So there's a kicker for you. Did I ever tell you about my theory about the helicopters and the trauma star here and how Rick Ramsey was using them to run cocaine from here to Miami?
Yes, you touched on it. Yes, you did.
Okay, guess what? They indicted 4 people, man, 2 weeks ago.
Did they?
So
wow.
It's a matter of time. It's going to lead right back to Slicky Ricky.
Well, that's good. I mean, so.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's just funny I was able to predict that 4 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Well.
Anyway, because I talked to a reporter from the Key West Citizen, and man, when I called him, he told me what happened, and he was like, I can't believe you were right.
Well, hopefully that builds credibility with. I mean, it's with these people, or especially the reporters, that because that's what we need, and we need someone to pay attention, because it's like, this needs attention. Now, I have a question for you. They claimed because this was covered in your motion. They claim they have body worn camera of Pitcher. Okay, and I've been through the depositions. I went through Pitcher's deposition.
Body worn camera of what?
Of pictures body worn camera from Pitcher of Rory's missing 3.5 minutes.
Right, and then
it doesn't exist. Right? Well,
for 7 years, I've never seen that.
Yeah, but why were you? One of the things that stands out to me, because I was going through the depositions and recording them, your attorneys were questioning him, Pitcher, about that. So if Higgins doesn't have it, why would they be making an issue of it in a deposition about it not existing? So there's the evidence it doesn't exist. And then did they produce it? That's what I was going to ask. Did it ever get produced? Because they said they were going to produce it in the minutes. Did it ever come in? No.
And not only that, okay, if you read my motion to disqualify,
right.
Mansfield, the way he handled that.
He yelled at you in disrespect.
He lost his shit, right? He told me straight up, he's not going to give me, man. He's not going to give it to me. He told me that flat out in court.
Well, you should be able.
And I was like, and I asked for it specifically because I know they don't have it. Same thing with my uncut interview. They say they have a version of my interview that's uncut.
Right.
You know, and you and I both know that doesn't exist.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, have you?
Anyway, hold on. I'll call you right back.
Yeah, no problem. Sure thing. Yep, absolutely.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Bye-bye.
Yep. Bye-bye.
An inmate at Monroe County Sheriff's Department. To accept this call, press or say 5. To refuse this call, hang up now. To block this call and all future calls, press
5
or say 9.
5. So.
Hello, you have a call at no expense to you from... This call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any time. Thank you for using IC Solutions. You may begin speaking now.
Hey, man.
Hey, man. All right.
Sorry about that.
No, that's okay, man.
You know how it is in jail.
Oh yeah, there's. I know you. I know. Yeah, I know how that goes. So, yeah. So I guess we were talking about what were we talking about? I guess the situation with the.
Talking about the motion to disqualify.
Yeah.
Judge Morgan.
And then we were talking about the missing 3.5, the missing 3.5 minutes that you said they did not.
The missing 3.5
They never.
minutes.
The states never produced it.
Chopped up video.
And it's chopped up. And then the other thing too is you need to pursue, or have you pursued and make sure that goes in as part of your attempt to. Are you trying to disqualify the prosecutor's office as well for their actions? I thought I saw that.
No, actually, man, that's going to be part of. Okay, a lot of people mistake what a change of venue actually is. People think, man, it's just moving a city.
Okay.
That's not what that is.
Okay.
Right. What the change of venue does is, man, okay, it's going to remove everything from this county and put it to another county.
Okay.
Which means I'm going to go to either Miami-Dade or I'm going to go to Broward or some other county.
Right.
Which means, okay, the prosecutor is no longer in charge of the prosecution. Right? That's all done. And Dennis Ward is done. Same thing with the judges here. They're done. You know, same thing with, man, the entire county, the entire case. I actually will be moved from this jail to a jail in whatever county it goes to.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, gotcha.
So, man, it literally removes everything from this county and it moves it over to whatever other county. And I guarantee you, when it goes over there, they're going to look at this case. They're going to look at the history of this case. And, yeah, they're going to drop this case. I'd be 90% sure of that. You know what I'm saying? Now, even if they didn't, they're not going to. They have no vested interest in it like they do down here.
Correct.
You know
so they're going to present it fairly without the BS, right?
Same way.
Yep.
Right, exactly. Which means I'll tell you right now, man, if I get it out of this county, which, man, it's looking very, very good for me to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I kind of lucked out, man. It sucks being locked up, right? But in some ways, it's been a godsend because it's given me the evidence I need to go ahead and get that change of venue.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So, man, once it goes out of this county, hell, I'll tell you what, man, I might even take a lawyer again at that point.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean,
well, that was going to be one of the things I was going to ask you about. Was I know they appointed you a public defender, correct? Because that was kind of shady the way it looked like it happened.
That was a mistake, man. It was a mistake by the clerk's office, but they tried to, right?
Well, Ty,
all happy about it.
Was it a mistake? Well, see, my thought on it was it was an attempt for them to, because my belief is Morgan's position, Morgan's job is to essentially protect the record and create a record that you can't, if you get convicted, that there's going to be no appealable record. And one of the things.
He's definitely been messing with the record.
Well, one of the things that I thought was going on here was they appointed you an attorney. See, what I think they were doing was they appointed you an attorney to get you to fire the attorney and then waive that as an issue, because one of the issues I saw coming in was they arrest you. You end up in a situation where you're now divorced. You're going through a divorce. You're unable to access funds, but you don't qualify for an attorney in that period of time. And therefore, it creates an issue down the road that they could say, like, what are they doing here? They bring you in, and then they're depriving you of supplies. They're depriving you of access to experts, basically, because you can't get indigency at that point. So then they throw you this attorney on accident. So then you fire the attorney and it takes it away. And that's what I saw them kind of trying to play that game.
Well, I even tried to argue argue that in my arraignment, man. And man, the thing is my arraignment, if you want to call it that, man, it's not even an arraignment. I didn't pick up a new charge.
Right.
But when he put that $3.1 million bond on me,
how does he justify that?
My wife is divorcing me.
Yep.
Huh? And I was like, there's no way I'm coming up with $3.1 million.
How did he justify $3.1 million?
You guys know damn well, 8th Amendment to the Constitution of the United States, it goes ahead, excessive bond is the same as saying there is no bond.
Right.
So you made it so that, man, I couldn't get out. And you did it on purpose.
And not only that, but Florida.
They had me arrested on trumped-up charges. It was about, because I didn't even violate. If you even read the violation, they say I showed up.
Yes, and you passed.
The violation is saying that I didn't appear.
But not only that, but Florida case law states specifically if you would have had a contested that bond revocation is the absolute last thing because bond is not meant as a punitive thing. It's meant to secure your.
No, it's not.
It's meant to secure you to come to court.
Violation in and of itself.
Yep.
That's a Fifth and 14th Amendment.
In Florida case law is very clear on that aspect, at least from my layperson's perspective.
But the reason I didn't argue that, I actually was going to argue that. But you know what? I was like, no, Morgan's not going to give it to me anymore.
Well, no, Morgan's not going to give you anything. No, Morgan's going to deny.
I'm like, you know what? I'm like, no, disqualify his ass.
But what you've got to do, Ty, is what you're doing with Morgan, because I believe Morgan, and he's done this from day one, when he got you to waive the speedy trial and he got you to do all this.
Absolutely correct.
I believe you've got to fight. Like I know you said before previously, you're like, I'm not worried about appeals. In Morgan's case, you've got to assert every right you can. You've got to protect the record, and that's going to frustrate the guy. And
don't get me wrong, because you notice I'm going to the third DC.
I'm ecstatic that when I heard that. Because I was informed of that, and I said, absolutely.
The only way I'm going to get this done.
Yep. Yes.
I'm going to tell you right now, whoever the next judge is going to be, they're going to be just as dirty. Right?
Oh, absolutely.
And the thing is, man, whoever it is, they're going to try and deny that change of venue.
Yep.
Right? And, man, I'm going to have to go back to the third DCA and get them to approve it.
Yep.
That's how this is going to work.
Yep.
Right? But the thing is, man, you're absolutely correct, man. That record is important.
Yes.
That's why when he lied on the record, it's like, no, I know how dangerous that is.
Absolutely.
Speaking of which, since we're limited on time.
Yes.
Here's the other things I've been up to.
Okay.
I went ahead and I sent off a letter to the bar to try and reopen the complaint against KlLLING because that's being closed out in September. I think I'm pretty sure Lauren and I don't talk at all really, but the last thing I said to her is I wanted her to go ahead and see if she could get it reopened, right? And the reason is she put a lot of work into it. It's to help other people, and
right.
Straight up. I mean, they're going to go ahead and close it out forever. Come September, and she's the original complaint. So I'm hoping, and from what I've heard from Becca, she did go ahead and contact them and try and have it reopened.
Good.
So we went ahead and reopened the complaint against Dunn, and then I went ahead and the JQC, the Judicial Qualifications Commission, I actually sent away the complaint on Judge Jones. And all they should have to do is watch the trial.
Yep.
I mean,
have you also filed?
Should be thrown off the bench.
No, have you also filed a complaint against Alvarez and Mansfield for lying in their opening statement or closing argument? You cannot.
I can't.
Well, because they.
Okay.
Okay.
The way the bar works is, man, they're not going to take a complaint on an open case.
Right. Well, I mean, but they lied to the court, which is a absolute issue. That what I mean is doing it in conjunction with throwing them off the case. Yeah, because you need to get them.
I could do that.
You need to get them tossed out because it's. I mean, listen, Vinny Politan himself raised issue with their ethics when he said they lied, like they knowingly lied to the jury. Yes. Well, I'm just saying.
And then we were fighting about that in court. That was actually what we were fighting about before the motion
because that to me is going to be something that when they look at it.
Now remember though, I don't have to worry about throwing them off. Right?
Okay.
Because if I get the change of venue, they're off anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I just mean it would.
If they're done anyway, it doesn't matter. Then I can go ahead and do whatever I'm going to do.
Well, you may if you start to go after their bar card and just start filing stuff, it may make them back away and say, you know what, we just want out of this case. We're
actually, except that they're not the ones I need to go after. And actually, here's the one I am doing, and I didn't get to this, is I did talk to Kara, right?
Okay.
And I'm trying to file a lawsuit against Dennis Ward,
okay,
the attorney.
Right, yeah, you definitely need to do that, yes.
And this is for defamation, right? This is for when they remember when they announced the retrial?
Yes.
And you can find it on Facebook, they the thing where they announced the retrial, right? Well, he goes ahead and says, proof positive that I actually did this crime, right?
Right.
You can't do that.
No.
He doesn't. He's not allowed to do that. That's defamation all day, right? Well, the thing is, man, okay, he gets immunity for what he does as a prosecutor. He does not get immunity for going ahead and making, press releases to the public that are defaming me. He doesn't get immunity for that. So I'm trying to go ahead and get Kara, or if she doesn't want to take it, I'm going to get some other lawyer to go ahead and file suit against him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because, man, it's like, okay, he's the one who wants to burn me. It's not Alvarez and Mansfield.
Right.
I mean, they're the tools of, man, they're his tools that he's using, yes. But it's Dennis Ford all day. He's the one that, man, has been maliciously, man, just coming after me.
Yes.
Right? He's the one that wants to burn me. And, man, he's the one who's going to keep up with this crap. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, fine. I'll go ahead and start the lawsuit now, because that's what he's afraid of, right? He thinks that if he convicts me, he's not going to get sued, which is stupid. Right? He's done so much shit that, man, look, you're not getting out of getting sued, buddy. I hate to tell you this. You know what I'm saying? Even if you manage to convict me, civil rights violations, you know this as well as I do. 1983 lawsuits, it doesn't matter if they convicted me or not.
Right.
They still violated my civil rights.
Yep.
It doesn't make no difference.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
So, I mean, it's all pointless, And, man, look, he's going to end up, man, you talk about somebody who cuts their nose to spite their face. Jesus Christ. Because, look, man, this is all going to blow back on him hard now. You know what I mean? That's how good this week was. Because, man, by getting that motion disqualified to the third DCA, oh, yeah, now they're going to, man, go ahead and hammer Morgan. And as soon as he's off this case, guess where, man, I'm going with him? He's going.
Oh, I hope you do, because what he,
along with Jones.
Well, the fact that the way he revoked your bond, I mean, that should be looked into 100%, because that was such an extreme move.
The history of just his, dude, the little bit he's been on this case, the few months he's been on this case, whatever, 6 months, 7 months he's been on this case. That's why I wrote that letter to him. Right? I wrote that letter to him. I was like, man, you've been a bull in a china shop.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You're worse than Jones.
Yep. Oh.
And, man, but not anywhere near as smart as Jones was.
Yep. Yep.
So, I mean, at least Jones tried to maintain, man, some illusion of, man, propriety.
Yep.
This guy, man, doesn't even care.
Yep. Well, that's what I mean. He is so outrageous that it's like he has gone to the point that it's like he's just blatant, and he literally believes it's like he just says, he really, I think, kind of is taking the belief that he doesn't think you have the ability to do things to bring it out. So he's just like, I can do whatever the hell I want. And I think he's been led maybe to believe that, and he's made a mistake.
Away with it so long. I mean, think about even the trial, man. They've been getting away with it so long, right? That even with national TV coverage there, and man, the whole world's seeing it through the internet, they still can't manage to do the right thing and actually do it the right way.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Now, that's one of two things. Either they're so used to doing it the wrong way, they don't know the right way anymore, or they just don't care because, man, they're like, screw all you. Who cares what you think? We're going to do what we want. Now, I don't know which it is, but both of those are sad and horrible.
Yes.
And I'm sitting in a room, man, filled with 100 other guys, man, and let me tell you, they all come to me now. I mean, Lord knows I'm the jailhouse lawyer to go to nowadays. You know what I'm saying?
I guarantee you are, man.
Lawyer, but But I mean, I'm like, what's the thing they got, right?
Right. No, absolutely.
Let me tell you, for 2 suits and a chip, man, I got you.
Yeah.
But anyway, the bottom line is, though, man, one of the things I see in all these cases, right? One glaring hole in all of them: no evidence. Literally, almost every case I look at, man, that's the biggest problem. No evidence. How many of them are using?
How many of them are attempting to use jailhouse snitches like they did with you? Because that was something that was a common.
They do that all the time.
I was going to say,
They do that all the time. It's common.
Yep, that's what I thought.
That's what I figured. Try another one with me.
Ty, they can't. They might try, but how ridiculous would it be when you've been as vocal as you've been? Yeah, I mean that would be.
If they try, it's like, look, there's a million people who know about my case, man. Good luck with that.
No, I mean, listen.
But then here's the other problem, okay? Because man, here's what their whole play is, and this is why man getting a PD is so bad.
Right.
It's because literally, man. I mean, you're talking about, the PDs might as well work for the state because man, they all want to leave you here as long as they possibly can and get you to take that plea deal. You know what I'm saying? That's what the deal is. You've got people sitting in here on an open container for 6 months to a year.
Well, here's the thing, though, Ty. If you get a PD, right, you can there's a network of people out here. We can reach out to the PD. Like once you get a lawyer, I can reach out to that lawyer and say, hey, listen, we want to talk. And
I get that.
Ty,
the problem is you got to understand they're working against me.
Well,
they don't care what you guys have to say. You know what I'm saying? They would be working against me, and I give up all my rights if I do that.
Well,
if I go ahead and get a PD, I'm not in charge of the case anymore.
I understand.
What they want.
Anyway,
yeah. Man,
I got you, man.
I haven't got enough on my phone time to keep going.
No, I got you.
I'll tell you what, we'll have to do this again.
Yes,
sometime
for certain.
Soon,
Yep, absolutely.
And, tell everybody, give everybody my love. And,
I will.
Look, it's looking a lot better than it was, man, not too long ago.
All right.
So, we thought this was going to be horrible. Oh, by the way,
yes.
rate is still high here.
Is it?
You might want to check that one out again.
All right, I will.
3 since I've been here. So.
I will. Well, man, listen, you hang in there, man, and just know we're out here fighting, and we're going to continue, and we're going to continue to bring it. Absolutely.
I really appreciate it.
Imagine thinking you live in some sort of fantasy world down in Key West, and you're actually going to Fantasy Fest, where you can be anything you want to be, with no limitations and no restrictions. The only thing you have to worry about is the police snatching you up and bringing you into a cage. That's exactly what happened to Franklin Tyrone Tucker. He got falsely arrested for allegedly taking someone else's life. He didn't do it.
No.
He recently defended himself pro se, and the jury came back more hung than an elephant. He needs to be freed, because innocent lives matter.
How do you know that the second assailant was not Tyrone?
No, it's not Tyrone. It was not Tyrone's voice. I know Tyrone's voice.